1. So you have an idea what is food adulteration. Adulteration means adding some sometimes harmful, sometimes harmless ingredient into the food in order to either increase the quantity of the food or quality of the food. So it's a process in which the quality of the food is lowered either by addition of inferior quality material or extraction of valuable ingredient. For example, you can get milk. Most of the time the packet milk that you are getting are sorted into different, yellow colored milk, orange colored milk, blue colored. If you take the packet and see that certain amount of fat is removed from that. It is not the normal cow's milk. From that cow's milk, most of the fat has been removed and that will be used as other product. So it's not so taking a packet milk from the Milma or PDDP may not have the same benefit as taking a milk from the direct from cow's milk. So because that milk, a lot of substance have been removed, especially fat. It not only includes intentional addition or substitution of substance, but biological and chemical contamination during the period of growth, storage, processing, transport and distribution of food product. So what are the things that are included in that food adulteration? So in the case of food adulteration, the primary meaning of the term food adulteration is that we are doing something to lower the quality of the food product. So anything that we are doing can be coming under the term. So what happens is that it is responsible for lowering the quality or degrading the quality of food substance, and adulterants are those substances which are used for making food products unsafe for human consumption. For example, sometimes earlier when preparing chili powder, what the manufacturers are doing is they will be adding brick powder. Brick powder is red in color, chili powder is also red in color. So if you add brick powder in chili powder, you can increase the weight of the chili powder. So these are some of the examples that you can remember where food adulteration is present. A food item is said to be adulterated if substance which is added is injurious for human consumption. That is one case. Inferior substance substitute wholly or partly. Sometimes in the rice people will be adding stone. So that is a case of food adulteration. A valuable ingredient has been abstracted from the food product, wholly or in part. From milk or from, you can remove the fat. So that are the three cases. One, intentional addition of some substance. Other is removal of some substance. Third is the replacing one valuable substance with another valuable substance. Not valuable, another less valuable substance. Here you can see some of the common cases of food adulteration. For example, in the case of bread, people will be using substandard yeast. And if we are using substandard yeast, lower quality yeast, that can lead to diarrhea, vomiting and allergy. And similarly, there are different cases. Then if you go to the banana also, the people will be using ethylene. Ethylene is an important substance which are used for the ripening of banana. And that will be leading to certain cases of food poisoning, like it can have harmful, like loss of consciousness. Then in case of pineapple, people will be using an ingredient known as ethion. Ethion has the problem. Ethion has the capacity of creating disorders to your lungs, as respiratory tract, etc. So respiratory problem will be common. In case of tomato also, ethion is a biochemical used for especially faster ripening. So that will be also leading to a respiratory problem. See, in case of fish, people will be sometimes using DDT. You know what is a DDT? The DDT is primarily used in our home for killing ants. And that will be added to fish or sometimes so that cancer or birth defects can take place. Then in case of apple, a substance known as alpha chloridane can be added. That can lead to blood cancer like leukemia or lymphoma. They coming to milk. People will be adding aldrin or formalin. You might have heard that people, our food authorities are confiscating the milk to which formalin has been added. What is the advantage? The milk will be staying without spoilage for a longer time. So, but it is it's very much harmful for human body. See, and presence of formalin can lead to muscle convulsion, cancer can take place. Then capsicum, you can see that gamma chlordane. Gamma chlordane is a substance added to capsicum, the chili capsicum. Then chicken, you can see many antibiotics. Sometimes some manufacturers are giving the ad that their chicken is free of antibiotics. So these are the antibiotics which people are using: ciprofloxacin and sulfonamide. And problem with the antibiotic is that they will be causing diarrhea, sometimes vomiting, skin rashes will be there. So in the case of fish also, people will be using formalin. Bronchitis can happen, cancer can develop. Then egg also the same antibiotic known as ciprofloxacin. So one advantage is that the early spoilage of egg can be prevented. That is why people are adding bacteria killing antibiotic. And but problem with human beings is that that can lead to diarrhea and vomiting in human beings. Then lettuce, gamma BHC can be added. So lot of biochemicals are used by the people, especially greedy people, to make extra profit by selling the spoiled food. Then so coming to food, there are three different types of adulterants are there. One is intentional adulteration, incidental adulterants, and metallic contaminants. So the adulterants present in food can be classified as intentional adulterant, like a coloring agent, starch, pepper oil, injectable dyes. These are some experiments. They are being added deliberately into the food substance. Other type of in adulterant are incidental, like pesticide residue. So if you are growing your agricultural crops in a pesticide filled area or rich soil, then there is a strong possibility that the plants might have absorbed those pesticides, and even in the fruit or stem, this pesticide residue can be present. Similarly, larval droppings, that may not be a purposeful addition because of carelessness, or droppings or excreta of rodents like a rat. If you are not keeping the food, especially rice, properly, not properly sealed, what happens is that the rice or mice will be coming. They will be moving through these rice sacks. Sometimes putting their excreta or droppings also that can contaminate. So this is how the incidental adulteration. There is no deliberate attempt to reduce the quality, but because of the lack of care, lack of proper hygiene, the food may get spoiled. Third is the presence of metallic contaminants like lead, arsenic, effluent from chemical. For example, if you are taking using water taken from a river that is very near to a chemical factory, then that water may have higher level of lead or arsenic, sometimes mercury. So these are the situation, and there is one famous disease known as Minamata disease. Minamata disease is a very well-known disease that killed a lot of people in Japan because of the presence of mercury in water, especially by drinking water released by factories. So according to the provisions of Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, if any person imports or manufacture for sale or stores or distribute any adulterant by himself or by shall be liable for a penalty of rupees 2 lakhs if adulterant is not injurious to health. On the other hand, the penalty will be 10 lakhs if the adulterant is injurious to health. These are the provisions given by Indian criminal laws against food adulteration. So coming to the adulteration, These are the various points. One are the what are the legal provisions present in Indian criminal system, and what are the different types of adulterants. And you can also remember what are the common biochemicals which people are using for food adulteration.